So I'm opening up the greenhouse after closing it down for summer. It gets so hot in here. We are still very much in the thick of summer out here, but it is time to get our fall seeds started. It's still weeks away, but we want to be able to transplant our fall starts in September. And you know, early October we need to keep rolling. And so Saturday evening is our summer supper, and I've been harvesting and getting ready all of our summer goodness. But we also have a autumn supper, our Grace Giving in November, and I have to start a lot of these foods that we're going to be serving to our guests then, like right now, over the next week or so. So today I'm just prepping my trays. I am going to be moving to a no plastic start. I'm really trying to eliminate as much plastic as I can within the greenhouse area and in the garden in general. It's amazing how much plastic is used in gardening, and plastic is so unhealthy, not just for the planet but for ourselves. Like the stuff that plastic leaches is really unhealthy. And so I am moving away from these cell trays. I am starting these seeds right now in them, only because again it's a million degrees out here. Not today. If you saw my post about my slippers, I'm pretty sure they brought us cool weather. But we still have weeks of really hot weather, and so the blocker, the soil blocker that I'm going to start using, I'm afraid I just won't be able to keep the soil wet enough. So that's why I'm starting these, and I'm basically starting some carrots and beets. You know, I love the golden beets. And then green beans. We have some more like leafy greens that I also will be starting, but more of our butternut squash and acorn squash. We love to serve the acorn squash at our supper. It is such a beautiful presentation, and it is so delicious, and it's loaded with vitamins and minerals that our bodies need. And so so that's what I'm starting today. And I just make up my own little mix with cocoa coir, some of our compost, some perlite, vermiculite, and worm castings, some worm poop, because it makes everything amazing. Anyway, it has been too hot to even walk in here, but because of the dip in temperature today and then over the next few days, it really is a perfect time to get these seed babies started. So these are our winter squash, or the butternut squash, the big ones. I think they're called the Waltham. These are the big butternut squash that you see at the market. So good. We love growing these too. 2 years ago we had a great harvest. Last year we had like a small harvest. I'm hoping for a good one this year. These are really lovely to have for the homestead, but also, you know, the animals really like them, and they're good for them. But in addition to that, like donating to the food pantry over the holidays, big, like loads of dense squash is really good. It helps make a beautiful meal that they can do with, you know, a little bit of rice or potato, add some veggies. I'm going to just lightly cover them so that as they start to open, they can break through the soil without issue. So I'm literally just sort of sprinkling a little bit of my wet seed start mix over them. So in a couple weeks, hopefully we'll see some good germination in here. Okay, so our first carrots, I like planting them in clusters here, and then once they germinate and get a little bit of growth on them, then I separate them and take them outside. I do also direct sow out into the garden too. I do it both ways. I often find I have better luck starting carrots this way. I got the butternut squash started, the black seeded Simpson lettuce. This is a warm weather lettuce, and then our Bibb lettuce. So I'm going to be direct sowing the sweet peas, more carrots, and then I'm waiting on my acorn squash. It should be in this afternoon, and then I will get that sowed. I like starting, again, it's warm enough now I can direct sow, but because it's so hot, I have a little bit more control if I start them in cells, which is why I'm doing this. Otherwise, the squash really do well if you just like direct sow them. But I currently have on 3 of the trellises where these are going to go, they're bursting with watermelon. So I'm also sort of starting in here to protect them for the extreme heat, and waiting for our watermelon harvest. It will be done by the time these seed babies are ready to go out. So there you go. Lots of goodness, and you know, every day grateful, regardless of the weather, regardless of what's going on. We can choose to be part of the solution or part of the problem. And I know for me out here in the heat, it grinds on me, and it is really difficult, you know, trying to take care of all the animals. But even in that, there's so much beauty. I mean, before you know, it's going to be freezing out here, and we're going to be like ready for the warm days. So thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for just laughing with me over the ridiculous temperatures out here. I appreciate all of you that pop in here and you know, choose to follow along with all the stuff that goes on out here. So I thank you.